Welcome to the Tales to Inspire podcast. Before we get started on this episode, I would like to invite you to our community so that you can hear more stories to inspire change within your life and positive change within the systems in which we live. All I want you to do is to click on the subscribe button. Your comments mean the world to us with anything that's resonated with you, and I absolutely love your support. I can't wait to go on this journey alongside you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get into today's episode. Today, our bite-sized episode is with Pete Sincock. Just as a quick trigger warning, Pete does talk about his own experiences with mental health and suicide.
I'm Pete Sincock, and this is my tale to inspire.
So Pete, can you tell me about what good mental health is and bad mental health is to you?
All right, so first of all, I'm going to address the concept of mental health itself. So mental health to me is just a well-being of how your mind is. So that, on a sliding scale, is quite large. So to say good mental health could, for some people, be that moment of euphoria when they've won a race or their football team has won a game, that moment of elation. For some people, it's getting through to the end of the day and realising that they've achieved everything that they wanted to achieve. And then bad mental health can range from had a bit of a bad day and everything sucks a little bit to the moment of despair, which for some people can ultimately be like suicidal thoughts, which isn't great. Obviously, that's unfortunately one of the big things for men in my age group at the moment.
So then, Pete, on that side of things, what can we do to support better mental health in our communities and society that we live?
One of the big things I'd say is it's really, really important that there's a open window in dialogue that's not just kind of for women, because it's been very much pressed that women have that support system and that it's easier for them to talk. Men have to realise that it's just as important that we talk and that we have that friendships and that growth within each other, because without that support, it leaves one person in isolation, which means you're quite vulnerable, and if you're not able to talk to people, then it can make things a lot more difficult in order to get through. And sometimes it can be a 5-minute friendly conversation with somebody when you've just bought a coffee in a coffee shop that can change your day from, oh my God, everything's going wrong, to, oh, that was really nice. That's put a little smile on my face. And those little bits throughout a day can really make a difference.
But where does the responsibility lie? Is it with the government systems? Is it with families? Is it with individuals? Where does that responsibility lie?
So the ultimate responsibility has got to be with the government. There's got to be better funding into mental health, better research into it, not just within kind of, I feel sad, I feel good, but things like ADHD, autism, anything, fibromyalgia, which my mum's got, which can massively affect her day from one day to the next. So just general that support system, but also it's got to be from within yourself. Kindness is huge. Be nice to people. If for every person that you're nice to, you'll put a smile on their face, and if you can put a smile on their face, you can almost guarantee they'll put a smile on somebody else's. So you should spread that warmth and that happiness in that moment, rather than kind of, I don't know, you go to cross a road and a car's going a bit too fast. Yeah, right, you jump and you're like, that's not good, and you might swear a little bit. Move on, drop it. Don't pass that anger onwards. Internalise it, let it go. But that happiness needs to be shared, because through that kindness and that warmth, you're able to actually improve other people's lives.
That's so important as well. Do you have any support systems that you put in place for yourself?
So it's taken me a while to kind of realise this, but I'm really, really lucky in the situation I'm in at the moment. Now, I went through a really kind of messed up childhood, a bit of kind of difficulty through my 20s, beginning of my early 30s, and I've become a member of something called the Yes Tribe, which I think you're aware of.
And we'll go into.
Yeah. And I went to Yes last year, and no word of a lie, that saved my life. A couple of days beforehand, I'd tried to commit suicide, and one of the members of the Yes Tribe essentially had already arranged for me to be able to go. I went with them, really anxious, really scared, genuinely in an absolute mess. And I came away with the one realisation, which was that there is more to life than what I'm currently doing. And I then made a big change. It just so happens that the same person that took me, I now live with. I accidentally moved into his house 6 months ago. essentially I asked him if I could stay in his back garden to allow me to do a journey, which I'm sure we'll cover in a bit. And then I've ended up not leaving, and he's now become one of my closest friends. He's my confidant, speak to him about everything, and I don't think this person realises quite how much they actually mean to me and how much difference they've made.
I love that. So the power of one person
Yeah.
can completely transform your life.
Yeah, massively. Without that person, I'd probably be homeless, and in an even worse state than what I was a year ago. But due to that one person's absolute kindness and open heart, I've been able to start to stabilise my life, and this year will be the year that I turn it around.